What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of that Tricology News Talk. As we are back this week, like I mentioned before, last week I had a day that week off because it was my birthday week. But no worries, y'all. I am back, and we got a lot of news and announcements to go over, and we're gonna talk about my movie review on the Batman this weekend. I saw it on Friday. It was awesome, and we're going to get into that for a second. But let's get into some the latest news and updates, and also announcements that came out this past week. So first off, we're going to talk about the 2022 NCAA Image Award that happened on my birthday the weekend. This was a pretty good award show, and I'm only going to touch on certain award category and who won, and also the special awards as well. So the nominees, like I mentioned before, the nominees on my previous episodes, the nominees were announced on January 18th, with the film Harder They Fall and the comedy series Insecure leading the nominations with 12 each. In the record categories, Her received the most nominations with 6, followed by Chloe, Drake, Slick Sonic, and Jasmine Silverman with 4 each. And for the first time in history in an award ceremony, it included 5 categories to reward podcasts and social media influencers as well. American journalist Anika Hannah-Jones will be honored with the Social Justice Impact Award at the ceremony for our social efforts reporting the New York Times Magazine about police injustice and crime against black people in the United States. American actor and producer Samuel L. Jackson was honored with the Chairman's Award for his social activism in the 1960s, even serving as an usher at the Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral. He's continued public service and advocate for this social change. And for the first time since 1993 ceremony, members of the Mexican American Lucy Cabinet, Texas House, Democratic Cabinet, and the Texas Legislative Black will be honored with the Royal Wilkins Civil Rights Award for the emphasis of the spirit of the NCAA. The ceremony will award the president of the was rewarded the president of the Connecticut State Convention and the NCAA branches, Scott Adams, with the first Actresses of the Year award. NCAA Youth Council founder Chin Hill will be recognized for the first Activist of the Year award. So let me read what else that happened with the special awards. Jennifer Hudson won Entertainment of the Year as well. So, and again, I'm gonna read the most notable ones that awarded each category. If you guys want to know who else won the other awards, I'll leave the link down below so you can see who else won the awards. But the film that won an Outstanding Motion Picture was Netflix's on the Harder They Fall. The film that won International Motion Picture was Seven Prisoners. I think that was on Netflix as well. And the film that won Outstanding Independent Motion Film was Coda. The film that won Best Animated Motion Picture was Encanto. And then the series that won Best Drama was Queen Sugar. The series that won Outstanding Comedy was Insecure, and the winner of the Outstanding Television Movie Miniseries or Drama Special was Coda in Black and White. In Black and White. The one that won Outstanding Talk Series was Red Talk Table. Wildin' Out won the reality program, reality comedy competition series or game show. The Reddit Out won News and Info series special. The Daily Show with Trevor Noah won various show outstanding various show, and We the People won the animated series. Family Reunion won outstanding children's program, and then for the recording, Jasmine Sullivan's Hedra Tales won the best album. Sweetener won best new artist. Anthony Hamilton won best male artist, and Jasmine Sullivan won best female artist. So that's what I'm gonna go through today. But if you guys want to check out who else won the other categories, I'll leave the link in the description below so you can find out know who else was the winners from there. And other than that, let's get into some more news announcements. So, Beetlejuice 2 is in development from Brad Pitt's Plan B Productions. And this is what Deadline has reported. Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B, has boarded Beetlejuice 2, Deadline has confirmed, bringing a new sense of life to the project that has been long been in the works at Warner Brothers. The sequel remains in early development, with the script yet to be written. No other attachment has been disclosed at this time. Beetlejuice is a classic film from director Tim Burton, in which the spirits of the deceased couple are harassed by an unbearable family that has moved into their home, hiring a mischievous spirit in the same name to drive them out. Michael Keaton has played the title role in the original, with Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Catherine Hahn, and Winona Ryder, and more rounding out the cast. So, if they're gonna do a sequel, I hope they try to bring back all the original cast. And also, Tim Burton has maybe has some say into this. Maybe he could come back as a director, or also as a producer as well. But we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that. And this has been a long time coming. And I hope Michael Keaton is he played a good Beetlejuice, and I hope he's on board for it. And Patrick Stewart has finally confirmed that he's playing Professor X in Doctor Strange 2. Well, we already kind of know that since it was kind of teased in the latest trailer in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But Comic Book Reader has reported. Stewart was asked about a recent Multiverse trailer. Well, I had my phone turned off as it happened, so I didn't hear anything, he says. It wasn't until next morning when I woke up and looked at my phone and found out I'd been boarded with response that my PR people had sent me reactions that they had detailed and passed on to me. I actually didn't recognize my own voice. It sounded different, whether I had a cold or something at the time. I didn't know, but I was astounded. All they saw was the back of my shoulder. Think it was my earlobe, nothing else. There would have been so many connections made, but it pleased me. So you have it. So you guys have it there, folks. Patrick Stewart's Professor S will be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness 2. So my question is, where does this lead the other original X-Men? Because like I mentioned before in a previous episode that they are working on getting a new actor for the Wolverine, but what does that do for the other X-Men? So, but plus, like I said, anything is possible because we had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. So, no, who knows what's gonna happen in the Multiverse of Madness? There's been a lot of rumors. There's been a lot of teasers. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens when the movie comes out in May. ABC has threatened to cancel the Oscars if they don't remove these certain categories. So this is what Hollywood Reporter has reported. Director Avi Dervin, a governor of directors branch, responded, "Respectfully, and I had no part in the decision. But the word exclusive is a powerful one for many. It has been particularly highlighted to many, as the music branch winners and nominees and speeches will be fully inducted into the broadcast. I think it's important to call things by their right name so that not to minimize the meaning of the true essence of these spaces. But there's probably more detail into that. Let me find that source here. Here we go. Here's another story. Here's another topic. Another governor of the branch, which has lost category from the live telecast, who wishes to remain nameless, says he will adjourn win over the summer. He received calls from Huston and explained why the specific change to the format of the Oscar was necessary. This governor says he was told to be ABC has warned the Academy that it will be canceled the Oscars telecast via in cause of the Academy's and ABC's deal for the Oscars broadcasting rights. If 12 categories were not removed from the show, we are told we have to sacrifice something, or we're going to lose the whole show. The governor has recapped from that. So I don't know what's gonna happen between then. So they gotta figure out what they're gonna do. But let's go into some lighter news. As far as the Oscar is concerned. So the Oscars will award 8 categories before the live show starts. And this is what Variety has reported. Several major Academy Awards will not be presented on air during this year's Oscars in an effort to present more streamlined and television-friendly broadcasts. 8 honors will instead be awarded during the off-air parts of the show, then edited into the telecast. Variety has confirmed. The Oscars recognize 28 categories in total, but the show has been criticized for being a long-winded and its ratings have struggled in recent years. The award has been handed out earlier in a ceremony for those of the documentary short, film editing, makeup and hairstyling, original score, production design, animated short, live action short, and sound. The ceremony will start 1 hour before on the off-camera portion begins in order to accommodate the changes. So I kind of like that the decision there, because like not every category can be released on air. So and half the times that we had to wait and see who else won the category like after the show. So I think it's pretty good to do certain categories like before the show and do all the big ones when it's live. So I think it's a good idea for the Oscar to do that. But we'll have to wait and see what else is going on the other side of the bad news that we mentioned, and we'll see what else on the good side of the good side of the news of what's going to happen between now until the Oscars be live on March 27th. All the Marvel shows from Netflix is officially coming to Disney Plus. So this is what I got from report. Netflix's former Marvel shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones are officially releasing on Disney Plus in March, which is March 16th. Marvel Studios has expanded the Marvel Cinematic Universe into a small screen over the last year thanks to Disney Plus' streaming services. While WandaVision became the first official MCU show, Marvel TV previously made multiple live-action shows for Netflix that took a street-level approach and more adult tone to superheroes. While these shows were quite successful, they were all suddenly canceled starting in 2018. All the Netflix Marvel shows have remained on streaming services exclusively over the last several years. but it was recently revealed that this would be a change. Fans noticed that Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and other Marvel shows were set to leave Netflix at the end of February. This raised questions about what will happen to the shows in the future, especially since many saw the renewed interest of Charlie Cox's Daredevil's return in Spider-Man No Way Home, and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin return to Hawkeye. Speculating turns to Disney Plus or Hulu was most likely landing spots for the Marvel Netflix shows. So they have officially confirmed that all the Marvel Netflix shows will be on Disney Plus on March 16th. And I got some other news regarding that. So, and Disney Plus, due to the graphic nature of the Marvel Netflix shows, Disney Plus is adding parental controls to bring over Daredevil and Punisher. Disney Plus has served the home for some of the many most beloved brands in the industry, and the additions to these live-action shows brings more from Marvel's brand together in one place. As we continue to build greater value for the consumer seeking high-quality movies and series, we are at the same time being responsible for those changes on the platform. We have experienced great success with this on Disney Plus across our global marketing, and will continue that here in the US, as we will be offering consumers not only great content, but also a set of features that will help ensure the viewer experience for most suitable for them and their families. So I like this. This is a good move, because if you're gonna bring the Marvel shows like Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones on the Disney Plus, it's good to have that parental control option, so that way the not many kids that's that's kind of like under 10 cannot watch this, because some of the scenes are like brutal and bloody, all that stuff. So that's a pretty good idea for Disney Plus. And I was thinking it could have gone to Hulu, but it's okay. So they made a smart move, but I like the deal of where they going, where we're going at that. So we just can't wait for all the Netflix Marvel shows to be on Disney Plus in March 16th. So we have everything Marvel all in one place. Still talking on the streaming news. New Warner Brothers boss showed that he's already smarter than his competition. Really now? Well, let's see what Variety has reported. Discovery CEO promised that the company is not in a race to win the spending wars on content when it closes its deal to acquire AT&T's Warner Media and become Warner Brothers Discovery. We are going to spend more on content, but we're not going to see us come in and say, all right, we're spending $5 billion more on content, Xavier said in an investors call on Thursday. To discuss the company's quarter four earnings results, Discovery CFO Gunnar Witherfield echoed Xavier's point, saying it's not about winning and spending more money as goals it goes. So, we've been talking about the whole Warner Media and Discovery merger, and we want to see what's going to happen moving forward. Are we going to see HBO Max and Discovery put together, even though they got their own separate streaming services? Are they going to merge into one? Are we going to have a deal like what Disney Plus is doing with Hulu and ESPN Plus, and also Paramount Plus with Showtime? Are we going to get some kind of deal? So we're just waiting and see what's going to happen now. But me personally, I hope they do some kind of deal. Like if you get HBO Max and you can get it and Discovery Plus on a certain price and all that stuff. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But moving forward, so a lot of streaming consumers are asking, why special features are not included in more streaming options, but you just gonna have to buy the DVD or the Blu-ray to get the special features. So this is what Input has reported. Hulu, like many other services, has audio play set up so that as soon as I finish one movie, I'll start whatever's next. Disney Plus won't start something without a click, but it will try to get me into start something else while the credits are rolling. Netflix doesn't let me have a quiet moment from the second I open it and another point on another. It has buttons to encourage skipping the opening credits or rewatching a scene that has just finished into the movie in the middle of the movie, and I want to be able to sit with the movies and let them soak in. And that offers not easy to do when I'm being pushed to watch something else and move on. Because the analytics offset streaming services, everything is content, and the goal for me yet to another number in this streaming quarter report. So, as I look through the stream, I know Disney Plus, HBO Max has like their special features and all that stuff. I gotta look back to Netflix and Hulu again to see like because I never pay attention to that because I don't know. I never pay attention to that, but I know that Disney Plus and HBO Max has like their special feature on certain movies. Like they will have the trailer on the bottom. They will have like certain clips. They will have certain behind the scenes stuff. So I gotta look at it again. So and I think it's good to have more special features on the on each streaming services. So that way, if you can't, if you're not that type of person that don't buy the DVD and have a DVD or Blu-ray collection or anything, so I think it's best to have the streaming service option on these streaming service platforms. So that would be a good way to look at other actors and stuff. Next topic. So, The Last of Us series that's going to be on HBO Max is delayed to next year, 2023. God, that sucks. But here's what Polygon has reported. Although the series was originally announced to appear in 2022, HBO and HBO Max Chief Content Officer Cassie Blunt offered an update in an interview with Deadline, stating that the much anticipated HBO adaptation starring Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian and Belle Ramsey from Game of Thrones was still in production. It's not going to air in 2022, Boys told Deadline. They are still shooting in Canada. I imagine you will see it in 2023. Despite the delay, Boys offered his impressions of what he has seen of the series so far. Much press is citing for showrunner Craig Mazzeschi's take on the series. I have seen some early episodes and I'm very excited. Craig did camera us for us. He's a fantastic writer and director. What I have seen looks amazing. I am so excited for it, but it will not be in 2022. So it sucks that we had to wait another year long for the Last of Us series, but I can tell you from this statement that they wrote, that they said, it's gonna be really good. I hope it's really good. So next, AMC is charging high prices for the big movies while keeping their high prices for the smaller ones. So if you guys didn't know, when the pre-sale ticket was still going on for the Batman, AMC theaters hired their prices. I don't know if Regal, Cinemark, and other theater companies did the same thing, but so what they're saying is that like the big upcoming movies like Doctor Strange, Jurassic World, Thor: Love and Thunder, like those big type of movies, like those movies going to be a lot higher prices. Where depends on the movie theater chains. Cause some theater chains are not really high. The big high ones are the big theater chain ones like AMC, Regal, Cinemark, and everything else. But for the smaller ones, movies like Death on the Nile, Nightmare Alley, possibly The Lost City, like those type of movies, they're gonna stay the same. Like they'll probably be lower than what it's gonna be, but this is what Forbes what has reported. Movie theater operators AMC Entertainment has its moment in the meme stock at the same time it was starved of bankruptcy, which illustrates how little the stock rise was related to the firm's fundamentals. Apart from bankruptcy concerns, AMC business operator has been trending in the wrong direction even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. AMC's core earnings fell from $114 million in 2013 to $30 million in 2019. Pure Figure 3 core earnings fell into $1 billion in 2020. The firm burns through $5.2 billion in free cash flow from 2014 to 2019. FCF was negative $3.9 billion in 2020. Given poor fundamentals, AMC learned that their ultra-attractive rating before the meme stock frenzy took off. So, and we all know that back in 2020, a lot of businesses was going down, and some have closed, and some managed to get back over what they were. So when the vaccine started coming up and everything, so everything was going forward. But I gotta question this strategy with theater chains. Like, you're gonna raise the higher for the big blockbuster movies, and then like for the smaller ones, keep it at some. It's kind of weird. So I'm kind of interested, especially that the Batman came out this past weekend. Let's see how much it's gonna make in the box office, which is pretty good so far. As far as the weekend and how it did domestically and worldwide. So it's just a matter of how they're gonna do for the rest of their theatrical window that they have 45 days before going onto HBO Max, and how long, if it's still going to be in theaters right after that 45 days. So it's going to be very interesting how the theater chain is going to do the prices, not just for the big movies, and how it's going to change for the smaller ones as well. So, and moving on, Disney Plus is to offer a cheaper plan with commercials to create illusion for adding their subscribers. That's going to be very interesting. This is what Variety has reported. In a first of Disney's flagship direct-to-consumer streaming service, Disney Plus will launch a ad-supported subscription later this year. So, for those out there who want a cheaper plan, this is it. This is the one for y'all. The ad-supported Disney Plus plan will introduce the beginning in the U.S. in late 2022, with plans to expand internationally in 2023. The media concern announced Friday. No pricing or specific launch date was announced. The AVOD version of Disney Plus was to be offered at a price less than a regular ad-free version, which in the U.S. costs $7.9 per month. Disney said in an ad-supported version of Disney Plus is building block for the company's target for the reach of 276 million Disney Plus subscribers worldwide by the end of 2024 theatrical year. At the end of 2021, Disney Plus had 129.8 million paid customers worldwide, gaining 11.8 million for the quarter ending at January 1st, 2022. So, if they announce the actual pricing of the ad version, I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I feel like since the original one is like $9.99, I think it's gonna be like $6.99. Yeah, to take an odd guess. But I'll keep you guys updated when they announce the pricing for the ad version. ad-supported version. NBC Universal ends its Hulu content sharing deal. We all know this was coming, but this is what they reported. Following the final illusion of Disney purchasing 20th Century Fox in 2019, which is now 20th Century Studios, Disney and Comcast announced they had made an agreement where Disney would get complete operational control of Hulu since Disney owns 66% of the streaming service. This agreement states that from the early of January 2024, Comcast can require Disney to buy its interest in Hulu, and Disney can require Comcast to share their interest to Disney for its fair marketing value for that future time. Independent experts will assess Hulu's fair marketing value, but Disney has guaranteed a sale price for Comcast that represents a minimal total equal value of Hulu at this time for $27 million. In that agreement was a clause that Comcast NBC Universal could start pulling its content from Hulu in 2022. And as of for now, Comcast has confirmed that it's going to be a terminal its content sharing deal with Hulu, meaning that from this fall, new episodes of NBC's Universal content, including Saturday Night Live, Law and Order Criminal Organized Crime, The Voice, American Auto, will no longer be available on Hulu the day after they air. It will now be on NBC's Universal streaming services Peacock. This will also impact the rest of NBC's Universal broadcast and cable lineup from September 2022. So we all knew this was coming, and a lot of the shows that be on NBC. So right after they premiere their shows on the broadcast, the next day they be on Peacock. So we all know this was going to happen. So it's just a matter of how the other networks is going to do, like the TNT, CBS, and all that stuff. Now that they're getting their own streaming service. So we all knew this was going to happen. So The Batman second HBO Max spinoff series will be about Arkham Asylum. So, in case you haven't noticed, so technically this is the third one. The first one they announced was a Gotham PD series, a rated R Penguin series, and now we have an Arkham Asylum series. So, the Batman director Matt Reeves hit that one of his upcoming spin-off series is coming to HBO Max will have connections to the infamous Arkham Asylum. Speaking to the Toronto Sun, director Matt Reeves teased that the fans can expect to see more of the Senator Gotham landmark. When asked what his plans are for the following release of the highly anticipated film The Batman, Reeves noticed that one of his spin-off series will focus on Colin Farrell's Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin. The other is the mysterious, which we all know that the other one is Gotham PD. We are doing the Penguin series, and we're doing another series that's connections to the Arkham Asylum, says Reeves. While undoubtedly a viable description, this is the first time any kind of info that the third planned HBO Max series has been fully revealed. So there you have it. So let me say it again. So we're getting 3 spin-off series. One is the Gotham PD series, the Penguin series, and the Arkham Asylum series. So, and we all know we're gonna get another sequel to the Batman, but that's probably gonna be maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, give or take. But I'm personally excited to see how these spin-off series go, and I'm hearing that the Penguin series is going to be rated R, and I hope Arkham Asylum be rated R too, and and I hope that Gotham PD is very similar to the Gotham series that we had on Fox. But I hope that says kind of similar to that, but in Matt Reed's vision. But I'm very interested and excited to see those. But that's all of our news updates and announcements for y'all. Now it's time to talk about the Batman in my review. So you guys already know this was directed by Matt Reeves, and this is another adaptation towards the Batman. Now that that Ben Affleck in the DC ECU is gonna be leaving soon, which it sucks. Oh my god. But anyway, so this is set after 2 years of crime fighting. The film sees Batman undercover corruption in Gotham City while pursuing the Riddler, who is a serial killer that targets all of Gotham's elite corruption people, and still trying to find out the mystery of his dead parents. So, and this, when I watched this film, this looks so familiar to the aspiration and dedication to the detective North story, and a lot of the detectives 1970 films, and this was inspired from the Year One, The Long Halloween, and Echo comic books. This was how I can say this. This was gripping, gorgeous, and at times genuinely scary psychological crime thriller that looked so familiar to the movie Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. But what if Brad Pitt was Batman? So that's how it was. And Robert Pattinson was a great, not only a great Batman, but also a great Bruce Wayne as well. To give that ground detective story that we never see in the other the Batman films. So that was a great note to see. And again, Zoe Kravitz was great as Catwoman. I will put her in the top 3 as far as Catwoman. First you have Michelle, then Anne Hathaway, and then Zoe Kravitz. That's how I rate my Catwoman's. Paul Dano was a great Riddler. He stole the show. Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, and Paul Dano and Colin Farrell, which we'll get to in a second. But Paul Dano was great as the Riddler. He was terrifying, unhinged at times. Like he was like a crazy psycho serial killer at times. There's some scenes, he has some funny scenes in the movie, but at times he remind me of the Joker at times. But don't be confused, okay? But when you see his performance in the movie, but Colin Farrell also was great as the Penguin, even though he wasn't in the movie that much. He was, but like it didn't. He was kind of like a supporting performance role. That's how it was. But I think we're gonna see more. Like I mentioned before, of the Penguin series, we're probably gonna see more of him in the series. Probably, I don't know if it's gonna be like a prequel or a sequel series. But we'll see how that goes from there. But everyone's performances was great. Even Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon was great. I love the chemistry between him and Robert Pattinson's Batman. There were guys working as partners, because at times all the Gotham PD cops didn't like Batman, and Jim Gordon knows that he could trust Batman, and Batman could trust him. And Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz had a great chemistry as well as Batman and Catwoman. Like I said before, the performances, the cinematography, the direction, the visual style, the action sequences, and the story itself was great. and I love that it was 3 hours because they definitely gave Matt Reeves the vision and all the freedom to make a good Batman film. And if you would have asked me where I would rank Robert Pattinson Batman in, I say he as good on the same level as Michael Keaton's and Christian Bale's Batman. Okay, but I seen a lot of hashtags that even though this Batman was good, but some of us are still wanting to have at least one solo Ben Affleck Batman movie. And I say we should definitely get some and definitely restore the Snyderverse. But we got to get our voices out there for that. But until that happens, I don't know if Ben Affleck's going to come back as the Batman after the Flash movie. But it is what it is. But I can definitely say Robert Pattinson is my current Batman for now. If Ben Affleck is totally gone as the Batman in the DC extended universe. But yeah. So other than that, I give this movie 5 out of 5 stars and 10 out of 10. This was a perfect masterpiece. The very good. Kind of reminds me of the Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher Nolan, and Matt Reeves did a real good job giving us a great that Batman film. And so that's our episode for today. If you like what we did, what I just discussed on this episode, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to give a like, subscribe, and share our videos. And don't forget to comment down below what are your thoughts and opinions. And also, if you're listening on Anchor, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, don't forget to go into the descriptions below and post your comments. Click on the YouTube link and post your comments there as well. But other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.